We've been told the grid is reliable, but every year the warnings get louder. More strain, more outages, more dependence on a fragile system. And when it does fail, it won't just be an accident. It will be the perfect excuse for more control. Here's the truth. The grid wasn't built to withstand the future. It was built to collapse into it. Deregulation puts profit ahead of resilience. Utilities cut corners. Investment goes into Wall Street balance sheets instead of infrastructure. And every warning about strain on the grid is just conditioning you to accept rationing when failure comes. And here's the real danger. When the lights go out, it won't just be blamed on nature. It'll be used as the reason to centralize even more control. Case 1, US warnings. The Department of Energy says Americans could face up to 800 hours of blackout a year by 2030 if trends continue. The Midwest grid operator warns of elevated risk every summer. We haven't seen rolling blackouts everywhere yet, but the warnings are nonstop. They're softening you up. Case 2, fragility abroad. Other countries are already living this reality. South Africa has load shedding. Rolling blackouts normalized for years. Cuba plunged into nationwide blackouts just months ago, sparking unrest in the streets. That's not accident. That's fragility weaponized as control. Case 3, private equity utilities. And while households sit in the dark, private equity is quietly buying up local power companies. That means the decision makers aren't neighbors or local boards. They're Wall Street funds. Your blackout becomes their business model. Because when rates spike, they cash in. Case 4, storms and cyber events. Every storm or cyber attack is another stress test. And every one proves the margin is razor thin. A single event can plunge millions into the dark, and every failure becomes another excuse. More centralization, more surveillance, less autonomy. The fragility isn't a bug, it's the system. Because a grid that fails on cue is the perfect tool for rationing restrictions and control. Subscribe if you want to see how collapse itself is being weaponized as a tool of control.